The fluorescent lights of the high-rise office buzzed overhead as Lila clutched her daughter, Mia, to her chest, navigating the polished marble floors of Apex Innovations. At 24, Lila was a single mother with a college degree that felt more like a relic than a ticket to a better life. Her worn sneakers squeaked against the floor, a stark contrast to the sharp clicks of the executive's heels. She adjusted Mia's tiny backpack, stuffed with crayons and a half-eaten granola bar, and whispered, "Be good, okay? Mommy needs this job." Lila had spent weeks preparing for this interview, her last shot at a paid internship that could pull them out of the cramped studio apartment where the heat flickered on and off. Apex was a tech giant, its sleek headquarters a monument to ambition in downtown Seattle. The internship paid enough to cover rent, daycare, and maybe even a few extras, like new shoes for Mia, whose toes were starting to poke through her hand-me-downs. But the daycare had fallen through that morning, a last-minute cancellation that left Lila with no choice but to bring her 2-year-old along. The receptionist, a woman with a tight smile and a headset, raised an eyebrow as Lila approached. "Miss Carter? You're aware this is a professional setting." "I'm so sorry," Lila stammered, shifting Mia's weight. "My sitter canceled, and I couldn't reschedule." "She'll be quiet, I promise." The receptionist sighed but waved her toward the waiting area. Lila sat, smoothing her thrift store blazer, her resume crinkling in her hand. Mia, oblivious to the stakes, giggled and tugged at Lila's braid, her brown eyes sparkling with mischief. Lila's heart ached with love and guilt. She'd promised Mia a better life, but here they were, scraping by on hope and instant noodles. The interview room was a glass-walled cube, where a panel of 3 waited, 2 HR reps and a senior manager named Karen, whose sharp gaze softened slightly when she saw Mia. "Unusual circumstances," Karen noted, but her tone wasn't unkind. Lila took a deep breath and launched into her pitch, her coding skills, her late-night projects, her determination to prove herself. Mia sat on the floor, scribbling on a notepad, miraculously quiet. Halfway through, the doors swung open. A man in a tailored suit strode in, his presence commanding the room. Lila's stomach dropped. She recognized him from the company website, Ethan Caldwell, Apex's CEO. At 38, he was a legend in tech, known for his ruthless efficiency and a fortune that rivaled small nations. His dark hair was streaked with early gray, and his eyes, a piercing blue, scanned the room before landing on Lila. "I'm just observing," Ethan said, leaning against the wall. "Carry on." Lila's voice wavered, but she pushed through, detailing her experience with machine learning. Mia, however, had other plans. She toddled toward Ethan, her tiny hand clutching a crayon. Before Lila could react, Mia tugged at Ethan's pant leg and chirped, "Daddy." The room froze. Lila's face burned. "Mia, no," she hissed, scrambling to grab her daughter. But Mia, undeterred, pointed at Ethan and repeated, "Daddy." "Hi." Ethan's expression shifted from surprise to amusement. He crouched to Mia's level, his voice gentle. "Hey there, kiddo. I think you've got the wrong guy." Lila apologized profusely, her cheeks flaming. "She's 2. She calls everyone daddy when she's excited." "I'm so sorry." Karen chuckled, but the HR reps exchanged glances. Lila's heart sank, she'd blown it. No one got hired after their kid disrupted an interview with the CEO. But Ethan waved off her apologies. "She's got good taste," he said, ruffling Mia's curls. "Let's continue." To Lila's shock, the interview resumed. She answered questions, her nerves fraying, but Ethan's presence seemed less intimidating now. He even asked a few questions, his tone sharp but curious, probing her knowledge of neural networks. When it ended, Karen thanked her, and Ethan gave a nod before leaving. Lila scooped up Mia, certain she'd never hear from Apex again. 2 days later, her phone rang. It was Karen. "We'd like to offer you the internship," she said. "And Mr. Caldwell wants to meet you personally tomorrow." Lila arrived at Apex the next morning, Mia in tow again, her mind racing. Was this a formality? A reprimand? She was ushered into Ethan's corner office, a sleek space with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Puget Sound. Ethan stood, his suit impeccable, but his smile was warm. "Lila, I was impressed yesterday," he said. "Not just with your skills, but with your grit. Bringing a kid to an interview? That's courage." She blinked, unsure how to respond. "I didn't have a choice." "Exactly," he said. "You showed up anyway. That's why I'm offering you something more than the internship. We're starting a pilot program for single parents, flexible hours, on-site daycare. I want you to help design it." Lila's breath caught. "Me? Why?" Ethan glanced at Mia, who was stacking blocks on his rug. Because you get it. You're not just coding for a paycheck, you're building a life for her. I grew up with a single mom. I know what it's like. Tears pricked Lila's eyes. She'd expected judgment, not empathy. Thank you, she whispered. Over the next year, Lila thrived at Apex. The program she helped create became a model for companies nationwide, offering parents like her a chance to balance work and family. Ethan became an unlikely mentor, his gruff exterior hiding a deep well of kindness. Mia, of course, remained his biggest fan, her daddy gaff a running joke in the office. One evening, as Lila tucked Mia into bed, her daughter clutched a crayon drawing of 3 stick figures, Lila, Mia, and a tall man with blue eyes. Family, Mia said, yawning. Lila smiled, her heart full. She'd come to Apex seeking a job, but she'd found something greater, a community, a purpose, and a reminder that humanity could still surprise you, even in a world of glass and steel.